Well, here, do we want to? What do we do? She's a loud one.
Yeah, I'm like usually.
I don't. Is there a kitchen kit?
Okay,
There we go.
I'll go from this side.
You get to get in the shade over there. That's nice.
I know, yeah, right? Might as well take it back.
Mesa, Arizona. We're here at the Mesa Tennis Center, and we are here at the inaugural Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier here in Mesa. This is the first of 7 events throughout the year. More than $550,000 in prize money for these players. I'm your host, Mark Renison, and I'm going to be bringing you the live commentary all tournament long here in Mesa. And if you're just joining us right now, we're about to watch a pro mixed doubles match featuring C.Smith and K.Yates taking on A.McDermott and DJ.Young. We have been showing some matches earlier. The commentary is just about to start now as these players finish their warm-up and the match is going to get underway. And you are going to be in for a treat of mixed doubles pro pickleball coming up all day today. So I'm going to take my seat behind the desk. I'll let you finish watching these players warm up, and when we come back, we're going to start with first serve 002 live from Mesa. Is that all right? Yeah? It's also a little hard for me to, if I'm looking there. Yeah. Steve is so big, you know? Okay, that goes there.
Special announcement on championship court. We've got K.Yates and C.Smith. They're going to be competing against DJ.Young and A.McDermott. You guys are going to want to come over here. You guys are going to want to see this match. We're starting off our pro matches on center court right now. We're also going to be throwing out t-shirts to anybody sitting in the bleachers. So in about 5 minutes, right before the match starts, we're going to be throwing out t-shirts to anyone sitting in the bleachers. So make your way on over. You guys aren't going to want to miss this match. hello. Test.
Yes. Folks got about a minute if you're interested in serving.
Second call in the pro division for Irina Tereshchenko and Eric Lang. Tereshchenko and Lang, your ref is rated on court 6B. 6B.
All right, let's come together and chat real quick, folks. Okay.
Second call, Michelle and Jean Teeters. Michelle and Jean Teeters to the tournament deck.
I'll be myself. Too loud.
You are looking at championship court here at the Mesa Tennis Center in beautiful Mesa, Arizona. This is day number 2 at the Mesa Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier. Right now the players are getting their final instructions from the referee. We're looking forward to this mixed doubles pro match coming up right now. We've got A.McDermott. That's her in the purple there. Purple t-shirt, blue hat, I should say. Her partner, DJ.Young, is wearing the long sleeve gray shirt. And they're going to be taking on Mr. K.Yates, one of the winningest pickleball players in pro pickleball history, as well as his partner, C.Smith. This is going to be a terrific first round match here in the pro mixed doubles. I'm your host, Mark Renison. If you're just joining us, going to be bringing you live pro pickleball all day long here from Mesa at this inaugural Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier. This is the first of 7 stops over the course of the year. It's more than $550,000 in total prize money to be paid out. And all 4 of these players would love to get their hands on some of that cash. A.McDermott getting ready to serve. 0-0-2. Here we go. With that forehand dink in the net, it's going to be a quick side out. C.Smith to serve. And early on, we see a strategy that I think we're going to see repeated throughout this match, where Smith and Yates look to drive the ball at McDermott. Not yet a very well-known player, Amy McDermott. To be honest, it was challenging to find a lot of information on past results. You can tell, though, with that forehand grip, those big sort of loopy forehand ground strokes, comes from a solid tennis background. DJ.Young, her partner, returning serve here, 2-0-2. And there's our first around the post attempt of the day. Looked like Young had it lined up. (3-0-2). K.Yates to serve. This is a combination that we can look forward to regularly today. I don't think that Smith and Yates are terribly interested in drawing this match out. They're going to look to speed things up quickly, making the bet that their power game is going to overwhelm McDermott and Young, but that is to be seen. So you might wonder why McDermott just missed that ball altogether. One of the things that K.Yates is so good at, it's why he plays at the level he does, is the amount of spin that he puts on those volleys. And that ball just has such a solid, quick rebound after it lands, especially on these beautiful courts here. There's a fair bit of grit to them. And so you really do get some action on that ball. 4-0-1, Callie Smith serving. You got to think here, if they can't get a stop soon, McDermott and Young likely to call a timeout. (5-0-2). We see there a bit of a risky play. We saw that McDermott wanted to go down the line to Callie Smith, try to get to her backhand, but of course that's the highest part of the net. And considerable risk that comes with that. (6-0-2). Pardon me, 7. Diane Vieta is the certified referee out there, does a great job keeping these players under control, and looks like that ball just stayed in. That's that topspin we were talking about. DJ.Young dodged the ball, assuming it was going to go out, but with enough topspin, that ball lands in play. And there's an error. K.Yates looking for the Ernie. And a side out. McDermott's going to get a chance to serve, try to put some points on the board. If you're just joining us, this is a first round pro mixed doubles match here at the Mesa Grand Slam Qualifier put on by the Pro Pickleball Association. Young tries to poke that ball with the backhand. Can't find the court. 0-8-2. Good deep serve to the backhand. And that ball lands just in. 9-0-1. Again, as we predicted early on, this is going to be a power game from Yates and Smith, unless McDermott and Young are able to put up some resistance.
The day before I start match day in pickleball, I make sure
McDermott wins that head-to-head battle against Smith. 9-0-2. Yates and Smith poised to win this first game in convincing fashion. And with that DJ.Young return a serve, that will be game number 1. 11-0, Yates and Smith. All right, while these players have a quick break, we're going to take one too. This hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw Health. It's fun to feel good. Back in a minute.
The day before I start match day in pickleball, I make sure I have all my electrolytes. I would use the normal sports drinks that I grew up using. I started taking Jigsaw electrolytes. It's been beneficial and helped my game improve a lot. I know that throughout the day, I'm gonna be fine for those 12 to 14 hours if it takes that long. My body's gonna hold up. So that was great, not having to worry about one more thing besides just playing pickleball.
And we're back live, championship court at the Mesa Tennis Center here at the inaugural Pro Pickleball Association Grand Slam Qualifier. So you're looking at pro mixed doubles happening here, and in game number 1, K.Smith, K.Yates, they took game number 1 11-0. Primarily relying on speed off of that third shot drive. We're going to see what happens now. The players have switched sides. They're going back to the drive. Aha, and there we go. McDermott has to be happy the way she handled that first volley, able to get the ball back low enough that you then got a pop-up from Smith. And DJ.Young with a solid overhead smash, 0-0-1. A little bit of a miscommunication there. One of the things you're seeing right now is DJ.Young knowing that Smith and Yates are going so aggressively at McDermott. He's going to try to support her by taking more of those balls in the middle. He's going to have to do that. That will open up that left side of the court. There's a good example. We see DJ.Young he's a tall player with a long reach, able to get that ball before it descends too low. And there we go, a misfire off the Yates forehand volley. 2-0-2. DJ.Young looking to cover the middle of the court again. K.Smith wisely goes behind him. Gets the error, 0-2-1. K.Yates so good at disguising where he's going to go with that forehand. Made it look as though he was going to go to the middle, instead goes down the line. DJ.Young spanks that high forehand. Craig Holloway asking a question earlier in game number 1 when Yates went for that Ernie, broke the plane of the net. Wouldn't that be a loss of point? Well, in fact, it was Kyle's shot that went out. And so as soon as his ball landed out of play, the point's over. And so in that case, I mean, he'd already lost the point, right? So, but really appreciate when people are watching, checking the rules, keeping the refs in check. That forehand return of serve from K.Smith not kept in check. Goes a little bit wide. 4-1-1. There we go. So this is a nice example of an adjustment made by Young and McDermott. He's starting to take over a lot more space in the middle of the court. It's going to force a timeout, and at 5-1-1, we're going to take a quick hydration break as well. We're going to be back in a moment with more live from Mesa. So between Third Shot Sports, the Pickleball Lab, and Pickleball Coaching International, we got you covered. Welcome back to Championship Court here at the Mesa Tennis Center. I'm Mark Renison, and right now we are watching a pro mixed doubles match between DJ.Young, long-sleeved gray shirt, A.McDermott, his partner, and K.Yates with the white hat, and his partner, C.Smith. 5-1-1 is the score. DJ.Young working hard to cover a lot of space over there. Opened up a bit of an opportunity for McDermott. She overhits that ball, and it's going to be 5-1-2. Wow, what a great point. Amy McDermott holding her own out there. Getting a lot of balls hit at her. Good defense by Young. But Yates and Smith, as they so often do, come out on top. There you go. That is a devastating forehand volley from DJ.Young. You can see he and McDermott are now making plans whether to switch or to stay. Looks like they're going to stay. McDermott has done a good job of withstanding some of the pressure earlier today, in this game, I should say, making some tough shots. She needs to now make sure that when she gets the easier one, she's able to capitalize. Look at that. Wow, that is an aggressive offside Ernie. Young going all the way across, and right now the problem that Yates and Smith need to solve, as we look at 5-2-1, is how do we respond? Look at that. Look how much court DJ.Young able to cover now. And so they've got one of two options. Really, they can keep trying to go wider and wider and wider to get the ball to McDermott, but as we see, Young is covering a lot of court. The other option is go back to Young on his side of the court to try to open up McDermott's side. And so we're going to see right here what Smith and Yates do. Do they start to go to Young more to keep him honest? There's an example of it. They do keep him honest, but Young is there with a good reach. (7-2-2) is the score. Young and McDermott making a match of this here in game number 2. Good low volley from K.Smith. That's really the key against those hard drives, is to get the ball down low. Too often I think we talk about slowing it down, but the truth is if you hit it slow but high, you're going to pay a price. So the real trick here against those drives when you're up close at the net is to get the ball low, forcing an upward hit from the opponents, where if they choose to hit hard again, the ball is likely to go out. 2-7-2. So much spin coming from Yates. DJ.Young is all over that. Can't put it away. And McDermott into the net with that backhand volley. She is not happy with that performance. 3-7-2 is the score here in this opening round. K.Yates sends it just long. 7-3-1. Good sportsmanship there by DJ.Young, even though the referee had called the score, realizing his opponents weren't ready. That's a good low volley from Yates. Young did not serve it. Goes for an around the post shot, and he realizes didn't quite have the angle there for that. So tempting when you get that ball out wide. It's very difficult to defend against those ATPs. 7-3-2. (3-7-1). K.Yates serving to DJ.Young. That's good resistance from McDermott. Can she finish it? No. It's so tough. That's one more example of what we said is McDermott doing a good job to resist. We're going to take a quick break right now, brought to you by Jigsaw Health. We're going to be back in a moment with more from Mesa.
I've tried a lot of other products, plenty of electrolyte mixes. They either contain some sort of sugar in them or something to give you a boost for a little while, but eventually it runs out.
Jigsaw products help me stay competitive. They help me stay energized.
It's helped me become a better player.
Jigsaw helps me recover faster.
I think all of you need Jigsaw Health in your life. And you know why?
It's fun to feel good.
It's fun to feel good.
Fun to feel good.
It's fun to feel good.
It's fun to feel good. Cheers.
Welcome back, Championship Court. Here you're watching game number 2 of this best-of-3 match between K.Yates, K.Smith, and DJ.Young and A.McDermott. Yates and Smith won game number 1, 11-0, and we've seen an interesting adjustment in game number 2 here. DJ.Young taking up a lot more of the court himself. See an example right here. Look how far over the middle he's coming. And that's making it very difficult for Yates and Smith to target the relative newcomer, McDermott. Ball sale is just a little bit long. Really interesting to me. We're going to talk about this more today. Notice DJ.Young's returns. They're almost always landing well inside the court. They're short returns of serve, but they're so low and they've got so much backspin on them that Yates and Smith not really able to attack very often. And if you were joining us yesterday a little bit when we had our different guests, I asked them about this strategy of intentionally returning short and low, not necessarily to win the point, but to neutralize. And the different guests that we had in here had different opinions on that. Lindsay Newman thought I was crazy. Dave Weinbach thought I might have been on to something. We see a low short return from K.Yates right there. And look at that. Young is able to drive the ball back, but only at a fraction of the speed he could normally hit because he's got to hit up, because he's hitting from so close. 8-4-2. There's another low short return. Again, cannot be attacked. 4-8-1. Another low short return, this time too low. All right, so watch DJ.Young here. I suspect he's going to use his backhand slice. Let's see what he does with this return. This is a forehand slice. That time gets K.Smith to the baseline. Six, 8-1. That is a very low and very short return. I'm not sure that's what McDermott had in mind. 6-8-2. K.Yates looking for the counterattack. K.Yates missed that ball, but partly because DJ.Young has been covering so much space in the middle that in order to get the ball to McDermott, he really had to thread the needle there. Couldn't quite do it. 8-6-2. Yates, look for the tweener. There it is. Not only a tweener, but an effective drop. K.Yates, always a showman out there. One of the things that makes him such a special player is not only can he hit that highlight reel-worthy shot, but he hits it in a way that doesn't just get the ball back in play, but plays an effective drop with it. And that's really impressive. As we see DJ.Young busting out the two-handed backhand for the first time today. Six, 9-1. Let's see if McDermott can stay in this rally here. Oh my goodness. Oh. What an amazing point. That's one worth going back to look at if you have a moment, how tight the balls were to the net, how perceptive the players were. DJ.Young was so close to that net, he knew his opponents wouldn't be able to hit the ball with anything besides a little shot barely over the net. Really fun to watch. 7-9-2. Here comes Young poaching. K.Yates not able to put it away. (9-7-1). There's that low short return I was talking about. And look at that. Again, DJ.Young, because it's low, because it's short, not able to put much speed on it. C.Smith all over it with that two-handed backhand. 9-10-2. Doesn't sound right. Side out. 7-9-1. K.Yates serving to DJ.Young. There's a low return that's deeper in the court. Yates looks to get more involved now. Does that very effectively. Cownodes just went to turn the screws a little bit, make things a little bit tougher. 8-9-1. Ball goes just wide. DJ.Young knows that's a ball he's got to make if they want to contend here in the second game, not let it get away from them. 9-9-1. DJ.Young not happy about that. A bit of a miscommunication there. Young and McDermott, they're going to call timeout, but we're going to stay with this right now. Let's say hello to a few of the people who are watching right now. And if you're enjoying the live broadcast brought to you by Pro Pickleball Media, be sure to hit that share button so other people can see it too. Let's see who we got watching. Oh, we got some Canadians watching. Joe Williamson and Ernesto are watching. Joshua Elliott, not a Canadian as far as I know. We've got Randy Sussman who's enjoying the commentary. I'm glad. BJ Peters, hello. Be sure to hit that share button so other people can follow along. We're going to get back now. We've got a match point here in this opening round mixed doubles pro event. K.Yates is serving. 10-9-1. Great defense from McDermott. That's going to be trouble. K.Yates is so good at redirecting the ball. That ball set up a little bit too high on the backhand side, and that's a put away. Exciting first match. Got to hand it to McDermott and Young. They did a good job of pushing Yates and Smith in this second game. Not easy when you're playing two of the best players out there. And we did see some real flashes of brilliance from McDermott on the defensive side of things, and got to think she's not totally happy with that performance because she did set up a few opportunities to finish the point that weren't always capitalized on. I hope you stay close right now because we've got some more great pro pickleball coming up all day. This is just the very first match. This was the beginning. We'll let you know which match is coming up soon. In the meantime, oh, I see Chuck Taylor out there, and if Chuck Taylor is playing, you're going to want to watch this. So we're going to take a quick break for a moment. We're going to show you some of the people, some of the companies that make this tournament possible, and we'll be back with more here at the inaugural Pro Pickleball Grand Slam Qualifier here in Mesa.